Hello everyone, and finally welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, but I finally took some time to film a new video. And when I posted my travel vlog, somebody commented and said they would always be ashamed of eating in public. And this is a topic that is very important, so today we're going to talk about it. I just finished my breakfast. I'm not ashamed to talk about it, but I'm actually very familiar with that topic. So when I was in the depth of my eating disorder, I was always so ashamed of eating in public, of like other people seeing me eat. Even though everyone was very aware of my struggles, everyone knew that I really had to eat, but even if it was just a salad without dressing, I was ashamed of it. And this is one of the things your eating disorder actually does to, stay around. Because as we know, your eating disorder does everything to stay around. Once you start to recover, you will feel it more. I always say things scream when they are dying, and this is what's happening. So this is actually just one of those things your eating disorder is doing so that it can stay around. So feeling ashamed to eat. If we're looking at it from a neurological standpoint, it actually makes sense. It makes a lot of sense because you spend week or a month or even years with food, avoiding food, training because you ate something, or counting calories. So your brain is very wired on food and calories. So your brain actually learned that it's good to avoid calories, that it's good to track your calories, or to eat little, or to do sports when you ate. All those things, no matter what you're doing, your brain, over the time, your brain learned that this is the right thing to do, right? So once you eat and eat in public, it's just logical that your brain gets this anxiety and this fear of being judged, even though other people eat as well. But as we know, you have different standards for yourself than you have for other people. At least that's what I did. I would never ever judge anyone who ate. I always thought it was cool, it was a good thing, all that kind of stuff. I would just judge myself. So I had completely different standards for myself than I had for other people, which is also very common. But back to being ashamed and what to do about it. For me, I just had to do it cold turkey. I know it's probably not the answer you want to hear, but as everything that I did during my recovery, I just had to expose myself. I just had to dive in, to eat in public, to learn to eat in public, to eat around people. I started with safe people, close friends of mine that I knew that would never ever make a comment about it. With time, it became easier. This is also something very common because over the time your brain learns new ways, right? So the more often you do something, the easier it becomes. And it took me some time, I actually over a year, to actually be proud of eating in public. Now it's not even a thing for me anymore. But it went from being ashamed to still struggling to finally being proud of it to I don't even think about it anymore. I'm literally at the point now where I don't care at all. If I'm hungry and I'll eat. And I don't think about if anyone is there, if anyone sees me, what other people think. That's just not in my mind anymore. But again, it took me quite some time. I'm in recovery for over 2.5 years now, and it took such a long time. So if you're struggling with it, I would suggest to, I know as hard as it is, to keep going, to eat around safe people first. It's always very helpful to have a conversation when you eat out. If you grab an ice cream with your friend on the streets, just talk. You don't have to focus too much on the food. I mean, yes, it's great that you're trying, but you don't have to talk about it all the time. And if you feel uncomfortable, if people are pointing it out, you can set a boundary. I had some people from my family who were super happy and relieved that I would finally eat again. But every time I would eat, they would point it out, which didn't make it any easier. So I finally had the guts to tell them, hey, I know how you're feeling about it. I'm still struggling, so it would be really helpful if we could not point it out every single time. And that was fine. It's more than fine to set a boundary. It's actually essential to set a boundary when you're in recovery. So to sum up the tips, I would say start eating around very safe people if you have them. You can also start eating around your pet. It might sound weird, but to eat around a pet can be a start. And if you have some close friends or someone you feel very safe with, you can continue eating with them and then take little steps. Set boundaries if somebody makes comments. And you will see, I promise you, and it might take a while, so please don't give up if you don't see a change immediately. But you will see over time that your feelings about eating in public and eating overall change. It was just a short video. I really hope it was helpful. More videos to come. I'm still in Germany, but once we're back home, I'm gonna put out a lot more videos, and I can't wait to talk about the next topic.